Hello folks, I'm Upfielder. Welcome to this Minecraft tutorial for a brand new cobblestone farm. This is it right here, and up top we have our TNT duper. We flick this on, TNT will drop into the water stream and then down into the cobblestone generator below, where it'll explode and we'll collect our drops in that water platform down below. Great news is this cobblestone farm generates around about 25,000 cobblestone per hour. In my tests, it was coming out at 24,800. So forgive me if I just round that up ever so slightly to 25,000. So this farm is primarily aimed at the early to mid game. Now, I normally build the Ilmango mini cobblestone farm design to begin with. This is it here. It's a great design, but it gets you about 12,500 cobblestone. So it's okay for very early game. But actually, once you start getting in creating lots of observers and pistons and things like that, it becomes a little bit too slow. So I wanted something to last a little bit longer before I needed to go and create something that did, 500,000 per hour. And this is what I came up with. And as I said, 25,000 per hour. So we're going to do a block by block tutorial, and there'll be a world download and Lightmatic in the description below. If you are grabbing those, then please give the video a like and let people know this is a great farm and they should build it too. Please consider subscribing to the channel as well. On the screen then we have our materials list. I'm not going to go through every individual item, but I will point out some key things for you. And just a heads up as well, Ilmango's farm is around about 210 blocks, this one 259, although I think that includes the lava buckets. Anyway, the white stained glass, the 84 blocks there, that can be any block you like. It doesn't have to be glass. Can be anything, so feel free to change that. You do not need a block of wall at all. I used carpet mod, that's how I counted and came to the 25,000 count. That can just go. Okay, you will need some extra hoppers and chests that are not on here, and you will also need a minecart as well, which is not shown in the material list. So just pause the video, go ahead, go collect the resources, and then we'll jump into the block by block instructions. First off, let's create an infinite water source. Knock out a 2x2 hole and put a water bucket in 2 diagonal corners, and you've got an infinite water source. We're going to create a temporary storage place, and this will not be able to handle all the drops, so we'll come back to it later and we'll talk about storage. A hopper going into that chest, and then we're going to create the collection platform. So 2 glass blocks off, and then start to spread it out in this diagonal pattern as I'm doing on the screen now. It'll eventually be 5 wide. I'll hover over the top so you can see that a little bit better and pause the video wherever you need to. Come out 3 more blocks, so it's 4 in total, and then wrap that around and fill it all in. It doesn't have to be glass, any block of your choice. There we go, and again, just pause where you need to. Okay, now we need to surround that so the water doesn't drop off, and I'm using Tweakaroo, which is that overlay there. I've done an entire series on Tweakaroo, check out the videos. You don't have to fill in the corners. You can save just a couple of blocks there if you don't want to. Just a heads up, you will see the occasional bit of cobblestone land on the walls on this platform. So if you wanted to make it bigger, you absolutely could, and you definitely get up towards about 25,000 on the drops. 1 water source in each corner at the back. So just 2 water sources there will force the items into that hopper. And that is your collection platform. As you see, items go into the hoppers. Let's move on to the cobblestone reactor then. So we're going to line up at the back of our farm with that block to the left of the hopper. So line up there. I'm going to grab a temporary block. So the smooth stone is temporary, and we're going to pillar up 4 blocks. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are temporary blocks. We'll punch them out after. Then we're going to grab our obsidian. I'm going to go 1 and then 1 to the right. I'm going to put in a temporary block here and come out like that. Another temporary block, and then 2. And then another temporary block, and then our 1 again, temporary block, then add 2 to the right. You can see what pattern we're creating here, and I'll go up over the top to try and show you this better. Temporary block again, then add 2, should match the other side. 1 more temporary block, and then if we get our obsidian in, we're done. I'll just put another temporary block in there, and hopefully that gives you a really good view. I'll try and show you that that doesn't line up. There we go, exactly central. That's not a problem. And then we can punch out our temporary blocks like so. Like I say, all the smooth stone there, they were just temporary blocks to help you build the item. And the 4 blocks there can go as well. There we go. The next 4 layers are identical. So grab your stairs, doesn't have to be stone brick stairs, and have them facing outwards on the 2 obsidian blocks like so, and do that for all 4 sides. So there we go. We're going to place in some cobblestone now. This will in future be generated by the lava and the water, but we're going to place these in because it makes things easier. So on the back of the stairs, 2 cobblestone blocks on all 4 sides. Perfect. I'm going to grab my smooth stone again. Smooth stone is temporary. We're going to remove it. It's just a temporary block. Okay. And then on either side of that, place your obsidian blocks like so. You only need to do the smooth stone for the first layer. There we go. Boom. And then the last one like so. And then I'm going to use glass, but you can use any block you like. It doesn't have to be the white stained glass. And on the outside of the stairs, like I've done there. As I said, the next 4 layers are identical to this. Keep that in mind. And again, okay. We're going to punch out the temporary smooth stone blocks like so, because that's where our lava is going to go. We're going to go and grab our water buckets. I'm going to give you views so you can pause as much as you need to. But at this point, you're going to need your 8 water buckets and you're going to need 4 lava buckets per layer. So you're probably going to want some scaffolding here if you're in survival mode. There we go. As many views as I can give you. Now, waterlog the stairs. There you go. Just right click on the stairs and waterlog them like that. And do that for all 4 sides. Perfect. And then grab your lava. Here we go. And place your lava in each of the corners like that. Now, if I punch out one of these blocks of cobblestone, you'll see what I mean about the fact that the cobblestone we put in, temporary. If you did this in the right order, you could get away without putting the cobblestone in yourself. Let me punch this block out here. This is what should happen. Boom, cobblestone. That's how it gets generated. Okay, you've got to do that for 3 more layers, so you have 4 in total. I'm going to just speed this footage up now. Just copy that first layer. As you enjoy the sped up footage, I'm going to plug the Abcraft server. Abcraft is a Minecraft 1.18.2 survival world that will keep updated to the latest. It never resets and it's completely free to play on. All you need to do is join my Discord. Link is in the top right hand corner and the description below. Come join the Discord, accept the rules, let us know your Minecraft username, and then we can get you whitelisted on the server. There is an amazing shopping district and spawn area being built as we speak. Come join the server, come check it out. As I said, completely and utterly free. Okay, I made an ever so slight error at the top here, and I'll just talk about that now as I finish off the lava buckets here. At the top, where I put these 2 glass blocks, change those for obsidian. Otherwise, they will get blown up every so often, and that will ruin your farm. My bad, folks. It's difficult sometimes doing these tutorials. Sometimes you forget those little bits that you've done. So yeah, just that top layer there replaced with obsidian. So you'll have 4 layers of stairs total. It will look like that when you're done. So onto the TNT duper then, and I'm at the front of the farm and I'm going to go to the back left-hand corner here. Now, it shouldn't really matter. It's just got to be one of the gaps in the middle here, but I'm going to put a temporary block there that I'm going to punch out. I'm going to count up 14 off that corner there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks. Then we're going to need a gate, which I don't have in my inventory. So I'm going to grab one now. There we go. I'm going to put a gate on that last block there. And I'm also going to put a glass block going off to the left-hand side of the farm as well. And you need to open that gate. Now, I'll try and give you a better view. I'm at the back of the farm looking towards the front at the moment. So I'm from the back looking towards the front, and that's how it should look. Hopefully that makes sense. Next stage then, up the top here, away from the gate on the opposite side of this glass block, we're going to place in our temporary block there and a stair on top. You can punch out your temporary block. And then we're going to need to surround that. So I'm going to use the glass here, and we're going to come out another 2 blocks so it goes level with the gate. So you'll have 3 blocks in total like so. Place in another temporary block on the far side there, and then a honey block on the opposite side of the gate like so. And there you go. There's your view to pause it all up and build it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to waterlog that stair. And what will happen is the TNT will drop where the glass block is and then slowly work its way down into the cobblestone chamber. Perfect. We can also go ahead and remove those temporary blocks now that we used to pillar up, just so we don't forget about those. Otherwise, you're going to blow up your TNT duper. So get rid of those. And there you go. That's your first stage of your TNT duper done. For the next level, I am standing at the back of this TNT duper facing the front of the farm. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. place in a glass block, and then opposite on the other wall, place in an obsidian block there like so. Grab some temporary blocks, place that either side of the obsidian, and then 2 obsidian blocks like so, one over the stair, one over the gate. Trying to give you as many views as possible just so you can pause the video wherever you need to. Once you've done that, place a gate in the middle there and make sure you open it. And make sure that other gate was open down the bottom as well, otherwise you're going to blow up the farm. Okay, off to the right here, we're going to place in a 2x3 platform going towards the back of the farm. And if I, again, try and give you a few more views of this, just so you can see what it looks like. There we go. And you can just pause wherever you need to. And then at the front right there, place in 1 block, then get a temporary block, place it in there, and then place in your cobblestone like so. And you end up with this pattern here. Next layer, and after this we've only got 1 more, so we're near the end here, folks. We're going to place another glass block on top of the glass block there. Then when I eventually select the right block, we're going to grab our obsidian. There we go, and an obsidian towards the back there. And we're going to put in our slime blocks. Here we go, slime block there, slime block to the right next to that obsidian we just placed in. We're going to place an obsidian block at the back there. And then TNT on that one. So it looks like that. Then we're going to place in a temporary cobblestone block here because we need a slimestone block over there. Take out that cobblestone block. I'll hover up and try and give you as many views as possible on this thing. I know it's getting complex. At the back here, then we need to place in a temporary block again. So I'm going to place in cobblestone just temporarily. See, it's highlighted purple there because it's the wrong block. And place in a permanent cobblestone block diagonally off that obsidian there, so it looks like that. We're going to place in a repeater facing towards the back of the farm and put it on 4 ticks, so into that obsidian block. And like I say, I'm going to hover up at the end so this makes more sense. We're going to place in another one on 2 ticks and then a second one on 2 ticks as well, and come around on the opposite side and place in 3 more all on 2 ticks. Join those up with redstone dust. If I hover up, that hopefully gives you a really great view. So that one is on 4 ticks and all the rest are on 2 ticks like so. Okay, we're going to come over here and place in a sticky piston facing towards that repeater, and then an observer, with the dot facing towards the repeater. And it will look like that when you're done. I apologize, that was very difficult to explain, but hopefully the top down view shows you everything you need to know for that layer. Onto the last layer then, and we're still at the back of the farm facing the front. I'm going to grab a slime block, place one on top of that slime block there, and one towards the TNT. Grab your dead coral fan, doesn't matter what coral fan you use, and place it over the TNT. Get your detector rail and place it on that block there like so. There's going to be a slime block there, but it's going to be easier to place the sticky piston first, facing towards the rail, and then put your slime block in. Then put your minecart on top. We build this separate because otherwise you might blow yourself up when you're building it. And then when we turn the farm on for the first time, it'll drag that TNT back over the gate, as you'll see in a moment. Place a lever on top of the cobblestone block there. That's your on-off switch. And we're pretty much done there, folks. We flick the lever once. That won't do anything, but we flick it again, and then that'll start the circuit. And as you can see, the TNT's been moved over the top of the gate. And there we have it. We're starting to generate at 25k cobblestone per hour. To turn it off and on now, you just need to flick the lever. As you can see, everything falls into the collection zone there. As I said, you'll see the odd bit fall on the sides, but honestly, it's not really worth extending. You're only going to get a couple more cobblestone per hour. You're already getting 24,800. Just flick the lever once to turn it off, flick the lever once to turn it back on. There we go. It'll take a moment just for the last bit of TNT to go through. If you ever break this farm, like you leave it and you forget to turn it off as you chunk and load it, it might blow up. You're just going to have to rebuild the TNT section exactly as I did at this stage. So as you can see, there's a little bit of cobblestone core at the top there. Again, there are fixes for that, but it adds quite a few more blocks and it's just not worth it. So let's talk about storage. Storage is dealer's choice. Dealer is you. And there's a reason content creators don't tend to do this, because you can just put whatever storage on you want. But I'm going to give you an example here. So I'd remove the hopper and put a block of packed ice. As you can see, that's the end of the water stream. What I'm doing here now is placing in some temporary blocks. This will make it easier to put our hoppers into our chests. And I'm putting some temporary blocks here. That's a mistake. Ignore me there. And then I'm going to grab my hoppers and I'm going to grab a slab. So we're going to put a slab over the top of the ice, and you'll see why in a moment, a top half slab. That's so we can do our water stream and continue it down over the hoppers. So top half slab here, the cobblestone will go underneath, the ice will keep the momentum. And there, as you can see, I'm removing the temporary blocks I didn't need and the ones I did need as well. We're going to have water running over the top of the hopper, so we're going to surround it with the glass. So I'm going to remove these temporary blocks now, put in our double chests. Now, a hopper will roughly, it's not exact, but we'll deal with around about 9,000 items per hour. It's more complicated than that, but it will deal with 9,000 items per hour. So around about 3 hoppers will deal with the output of this farm. Put some water over the top there, that will carry the items all the way down. We'll go ahead, turn it on, and we'll see what happens. Cobblestone will get blown up, we'll drop into our collection platform, and then we'll go under the slab and straight into the hopper. There we go. And there's too much in each of those batches for the first hopper to deal with, so what you'll see is some items drop into the second and the third hoppers. And once they're full, it will obviously start dropping into the 4th and 5th ones as well. And you can just continue that down, and yeah, absolutely like that. If you were using a shulker loader, then a 4-speed will suffice for this farm. And folks, as I said before, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to join my Discord and come join the Abcraft server. As I said, it's completely and utterly free. Hope you enjoyed the video, but that's all I have time for. I'm Abfielder. Goodbye.